things I'm very lucky to be able to do is I have been a VITSA mentor for the new teachers for the last 3 years. I started with Mrs. Johnson when she was Miss Hughes, and I worked with her for a couple years. And then now I'm working with Mrs. Bryant and Mr. Stubbe. So one of the best things about it is I'm constantly getting to kind of renew and recharge myself as a teacher, because we do a lot of reflection. That I meet with them, I watch them teach a lesson. How did it go? What do you think? How did you feel about it? What worked? What didn't? And they really push that in this program, which is VITSA, which I'm not even going to try to tell you what all that means. But every teacher is required now to go through it. It's a 2-year program to get your credential cleared. And I had been told initially, oh, Chris, it's really a lot of work and you're probably not going to like it much. But I love it because it's a chance for me to renew as an educator. And when I go through questions with them, I always answer them in my own head. So the point of it really is that they become self-reflective in their teaching practice. I'm actually not supposed to give them a lot of feedback when I observe them, which is really hard, and I do it anyway, but it really is for them to go through a route of self-discovery. So when we were coming up with the winter camp schedule, I thought it was a perfect time for us as educators to take a moment to reflect back on what we've been doing, because that's what I'm doing with Tim and Sam right now, what you've been doing since the beginning of the school year, what's worked, what hasn't, what are my successes, and then for a chance for us to brainstorm as a group. And I also included some things as well for you that might help kickstart some ideas. So that's the start. I also have, I was just going to show you, one of the best things about my job is they give me free books for VITSA. So I have ones that I've gone through, like Differentiated Instructional Strategies. This one is amazing, called Why Didn't I Learn This in College? It's geared towards a classroom teacher, but there's so much great stuff here. This one is the newest one I just got this year, and I was so excited. I emailed all the teachers last night and said, I was able to pull such great worksheets out of here that I want to share them with the staff at a staff meeting. And finally, this one, Mrs. Johnson used some of our money from Scholastic Book Fair. She wants to start kind of building a professional library for you. So this is going to be available to you, and it's got a CD-ROM, and it's terrific. It's got a lot of really neat forms. Again, some are for the classroom, but they can be adapted. So I would like you to open your folder, because what I'm going to do is really go through some of these things and how they're going to work for you and why I included them. So the first one that I wanted to go over, and you are going to need both your pencil and your highlighter. You'll see on one side it says Reflections on My Week. I gave this out, I think, in the past at some of my workshops. I love this, not only just for you as the educator to do, but if you made a bunch of these and had a notebook, this would be great to also have your students fill out as well at the end of the week. And even for the little ones, you can, or even big ones, the end of the day. I love this idea of this self-reflection for both you and for your student. So it has things like what I learned this week. And I like the idea of what I learned this day. I don't know about you, but if you ask them, what did you learn this week? Hopefully there's going to be something that stands out, but it may not be. I love this at the end of the day, just to do it as a dinner table conversation. How I can use it, areas making progress, improve. I love setting goals, and I love the idea of checking how we're doing on those goals. So I really like that they would set goals and things that they enjoyed. But I would love for you to fill this out on your teaching practice. What did you learn? How did you use it? How are you making progress? So I like this for both of you to use. The other one that I was going to have you take a moment to do right now is, because it's early morning and we've got to get our brains going, personal reflections. This one also, if you want to write in it now, we also have a blank for you so that you can make copies. But because we're going to be reflecting on our teaching practice, take a moment to go through, and you don't even have to write in complete sentences, it's okay, and just fill out the answers